Welcome back. We continue live right here on Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompeani and Ron Cook with you at 412-575-2600. Give us a call if you would like to opine about what you see in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. It's going to be interesting in the Eastern Conference, certainly, to go on. I think the two teams that I would most look at, even though they did not fare as well against their first-round opponents, Boston and Tampa are still good teams that couldn't take down any team, really, in the NHL. The Western Conference is also wide open and very competitive. I love the Vegas Kings matchup. I don't know what to think of that one, Ron. Vegas has had such an unbelievable season, but the LA Kings, there's something about the way they are. They're built for this time of the year, and they play that way.
Yeah, not so much as of late, the last couple of years, but you're right, Bob. It's a great opportunity for Fleury. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. Did you see he has a chocolate statue of himself? They made a statue out of chocolate in Fleury's image. How about that? You know, the Penguins are like the sixth choice to win the Cup. Bovada sent out its odds yesterday. They're the third choice in the East behind Tampa Bay and Boston, and I think Vegas is ahead of them, Winnipeg is ahead of them, and Nashville's the favorite to win it all. So there's no locks for the Penguins. I think people realize how tough it is, almost being greedy to ask for a third Cup in a row.
I think Nashville is outstanding. I think we saw that last year. I think they're better because their guys are healthier this year. Ryan Johansson going into this one. They also have a lot of support cast there. But there's something about Colorado I really like. They barely got in. They have Nate McKinnon, who's an MVP quality guy
candidate.
himself.
Yep.
So that's a dangerous matchup, although I think Winnipeg is one of those teams too. When you talk about guys who don't get enough attention,
Patrick Laine
is one of them, but Mark Scheifele is one of the better playmakers in the game. Blake Wheeler, they all can get it done, not to mention Dustin Byfuglien. That's a team that could get physical. It can beat you with finesse. It can beat you a lot of different ways.
Well, hopefully the Penguins won't play them in the final. I'm really not looking forward to any kind of trip to Winnipeg.
Hey, it might be.
I'll tell you that.
It might be.
I'd rather go to Vegas. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
That would be a lot.
Fleury and the Penguins, that would be great.
All right, let's go out to Larry in Tionesta. What's up, Larry? How are you? Welcome to the Sports Call tonight.
Good. Bob, I just want to know, how many suits do you own?
A lot.
Yeah, you're very well dressed.
Well, thanks, Larry. I appreciate that.
He's a hell of a guy, too.
Yeah, he sure must be.
You have a question, Larry?
Yeah, he asked it. How many suits do you have?
All right, I appreciate
He asked
that.
the question.
Well, my wife is responsible for that, and the good people of Heinz Healy's downtown Pittsburgh. Let's go to Derek in Pittsburgh. Hey, Derek, how are you?
Hi, Bob. Hey, I was thinking a question about the Penguins. The home game?
Yeah, they start at home. First two games, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, guess what? We're going to win the next two games and move on and to win the Stanley Cup. We're going back-to-back and win it again.
All right, Derek, appreciate your optimism, and a lot of people think so. But as Ron said, Vegas doesn't necessarily agree with that. I do think it's very difficult to win one, to back it up and win two, and then to do a three. That's 12 consecutive playoff series. And we saw, Ron, the first year they went through this, they had 2 elimination games. Last year they doubled that up to have 4, including the double overtime thriller against Ottawa.
Right.
I mean, I think it's going to be harder and harder just because it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at the 93 team for our viewers who are old enough to remember. That 93 team, I think, was much better than the one right now. I mean, just Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer on it, and they couldn't get out of the second round against the Islanders. So there's no guarantees. I mean, I feel like no matter what happens, I'd like to see him beat Philly and get to the second round. After that, man, how do you really knock them if they fall short? Because they're playing good teams, Columbus, Washington, if it gets to that point.
I wouldn't knock them if they lost this series. I really wouldn't. I just think that it's been so much success. And like I say, Philadelphia, watch out for them. They have some good young players who people around here haven't watched enough of, and I think they could be, you know, to Patrick Hornquist, there is Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons does the same. He goes in front of net. He's a problem there. They have 2 really good young defensemen who can move the puck in Ivan Provorov as well as Gostisbehere. Not to mention an 18-year-old kid, Nolan Patrick, Ron. I don't know if you've seen him, but he plants himself in front of the net. He's a big-bodied kid, and he's not afraid at 18 to take on people around the league who've been around for a long time.
Well, I mean, his team is Giroux, though. It's his team, and what a great year he's had. Another MVP candidate. I don't think he's going to win it, but and Couturier has just had an outstanding year. No, it's not going to be easy, Bob. It isn't. But, I mean, I just like the Penguins' edge in goal.
Line 1 we go. It's Jerry in Hempfield. Hey, Jerry, what's up?
Hey, Bob, I want to ask you, if the Penguins happen to win the Cup this year, or if they don't, and they win it within the next 2 years, that'll be 3 in 5 years. Now, who was that other team that won 3 in 5 years?
Kings and also the Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay, so they'll be right up there with the
Or
top
Kings won
elite
2,
teams
not 3. Chicago won 3.
winning the 3 in 5 years. That's
Right.
all I wanted to say. If they do that, they'll be right up there with the best of the best. Thanks, Bob.
All right, thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't care what happens this year. To me, they're still one of the best of recent time. I mean, it's hard to win back-to-back championships. It hadn't been done until Detroit did it back in 1997, Ron. And now this would be something that hasn't been happening
80 to
since.
83,
and
the
it's never
Islanders,
happened before in a salary cap era. So
Right.
there you go.
Well, what last year didn't happen in the salary. Winning 2 in a row hadn't
Right.
happened either.
All right, it's out to Bruce in Addison. Hey, Bruce, welcome to the Sports Call. How are you?
Pretty good. How are
Good.
you?
We're fine, thank you.
Yeah, I was just wondering. You're worried about who the Penguins are going to play. Who's beat them the most out of everybody that's in the playoffs?
New Jersey beat them 3 out of 4.
New Jersey was the one team that, but I also can
Yeah.
make a case that those games are all pretty tight all the way through. So.
Yeah. So
Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally hit that. I didn't mean to do that to you, Bruce. Let's go to Rick in the Hill District. Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call.
Anytime.
First of all, I'd just like to say I'm on a very fixed income. I'm on the lowest level of cable service. Now this year I saw 2 Penguin games because they were on the a broadcast network.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Pirates, I'll be happy to see 3 games this year when they're on Fox maybe. But the Steelers I always see them, even if they're on the NFL Network or ESPN, they're still on.
Because they have a local
broadcast.
affiliation, whether it's with us or NBC or ABC picks it up locally.
Yeah, but it's tough getting games when you're on the lowest level of cable.
Well, I think that's why the Steelers and football teams like to do it. It just makes it, you can put every game you want. Thanks for the call, and good luck with everything out there, Rick. You can put everything on a specific network, but a lot of people I found, even with the NFL, Ron, to watch Thursday night games on the NFL Network, they just simply weren't doing it. If they didn't have it, they weren't willing to buy it to get it.
Right.
So that's a tough call.
Yeah, the NFL has such a better package for TV than the NHL does. It just does. Did I hear somebody say one of the playoffs is going to be on the Golf Channel? Is that correct?
Yeah, but that's owned by NBC. There's nothing unusual about that. Other than
I don't
it's
get
never
the
been
Golf
done.
Channel. I mean, what if I want to watch
Most
that
people-
game?
Well, I mean, do you get USA?
I do get that. I do get those.
MSNBC?
I get those.
Do you get True TV?
I do.
Okay.
I don't
well,
get the Golf
I
Channel.
don't know why you don't get the Golf Channel. Your hatred for golf allows you to not put it on your
Hey,
package.
I watched the whole final round of the Masters. I enjoyed it.
No, but that's just one of their NBC.
Patrick
to me-
Reed was one of the 7 guys you picked to win it, wasn't he?
No, but I had Spieth, if you remember, on your show. I picked Spieth, and he just ran out of time. He was churning, and if not for the tee shot.
Bob, you always
18.
pick 7 or 8 guys.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We have Brian and Doug, and I know we're competing with Elton, so please give us a call here at 412-575-2600 right here on Pittsburgh CW.